Hi, I'm Dr. Doug Lehrer. Welcome to the show. Today we have Bruce with us, and Bruce is looking to change the way he looks, the way his body is. He thinks he's a little bit too skinny, a little too scrawny, not really embodying that nice masculine, strong body. And what we're going to do is take a look and see what's really going on with Bruce. Welcome back, Bruce.
Hi, Dr. Doug. Great to be back.
Good to see you. Tell us, give us a little recap of what was going on with you when you came onto the show first time.
My issue was inability to gain weight, and the first key that you gave me was the kidneys, and that has been a theme, as you've pointed out also. And that impelled me into a whole long thing about how the kidneys kind of absorb your mother and father's issues in the bedroom and their teamwork or lack of teamwork. And that opened up a huge vista that I had never explored before and became very productive.
Cool. Tell me more about that. How did you become more productive?
The right and left kidneys didn't know about each other. They were working independently, thinking they were the only kidney around. And so we had to introduce them to each other and get them working as a team. I'm happier. I'm feeling there's more a sense of sharing inside me. You and I also did some work on the liver, and what came out of that was exploring the whole TCM idea of a liver attacking spleen and how the liver is kind of the bully in the organs, and working on that with some of your indications and some reading I did, is that the liver kind of hoards the light in the body and doesn't share it with the other organs. And so what you helped me to do is to kind of let that liver relax and share its light with the other organs so they can work as a team. So it becomes like the sun in the solar system, and all the other planets receive the light of the sun. It's not just all about the sun. Beautiful.
And how have you noticed this in your daily life? How has it made some changes there?
It's mostly showed up in terms of other people saying I look better, and I have more color in my face.
You really do.
And,
you really do look different.
And that I'm not as tense around people.
Awesome.
Also, if the liver hoards onto everything, you're basically allergic to people. And so
And that's been a theme in your life?
Yes, it has been. And I've had to kind of look at that, accept that, and allow it to kind of relax.
Okay, we're going to get started with Bruce, and we're going to see what exactly his body is trying to tell us. Our body is a tool to share with us what's really on our mind. And when we have a symptom, when we have something going on with us, there's always something that's causing it, something well beyond the physical, but into the non-physical field. So let's take a look and see what that is, Bruce. So, here we go. Are you aware of stress in your family about age 7?
Not with my parents. My second grade teacher was very mean, though.
And a male?
No, it was a woman, and I was in love with my first grade teacher, so it was terrible to leave my first grade teacher.
So look, when he thinks about that, look what happens to his body.
Mean. It was not only neutral, but mean.
All right.
It was terrible to leave, and I got a terrible teacher.
So second grade is a long time ago, yet your body is still responding, totally goes weak when you think about that. So take a deep breath in, hold your breath, and bring your eyes up, and think about the feelings around that teacher. What we just discovered this time is Bruce had an experience in first grade with his teacher who he loved and adored. But then he went to second grade and he wasn't with her anymore. And that loss felt so deep that it has affected his body and his health and his present-day relationships. And the number 9 and the feeling called sex. Because you're a boy sex. So that's how that little boy felt from that teacher.
I'm more alert and awake to kind of how the fairy tales are changing. So you alerted me to the fairy tale of happy first grade teacher, monster second grade teacher, and that's a fairy tale, that's a cycle that can repeat, and I can step out of that and step back in kind of a timeline therapy, step back to first grade, just stay in first grade. I was strong and healthy in first grade and happy and growing and expanding, and just live there.
There's more on this teacher. 1, perfection. So how she made you not feel perfect. I want you to go to the first grade teacher that you really had a great time with, because we went from this high to this low. Anytime we go from a high to a low, that has a great potential to cause us problems in our life, to program us to now have a negative experience again and again and again, and certainly create weakness in our body. So the arms didn't go weak, but his legs tensed up. So I'm looking for the whole physiology. How is the body reacting and responding to his thoughts? And all thoughts are memories, and the body runs on memory. All right, good. Focusing on that teacher, Bruce. Good, thinking of that teacher, and there it goes. All that tension, gone. Take a deep breath in. Closed eyes and up, 7, perfection. And we found perfection on both teachers. The positive teacher and the negative one. Right. So where he felt really right with this teacher, the second teacher made him feel really wrong. So now when he's right, he's expecting someone to make him wrong, like that second grade teacher did from the first grade teacher. He'll treat you with that kind of righteousness and perfection. Good, thinking of the second grade teacher, believing that can be healed and resolved. Good. Great. And so we have to believe it in order for it to change. So your body is an amazing gift. It's there to show you what you're not paying attention to. Anytime you have a pain, a symptom, don't feel well, think first, what am I thinking about? What am I feeling? What aren't I dealing with properly? What am I ignoring in my life? When you start to ask questions like these, you start to empower yourself and improve your health and everything in your life. Good. All right. Well, most of the time when things don't change, it's because we really don't believe that they can. So again, more not feeling right, more wrongness of himself. And this actually goes back to age 3 in your father.
It's just occurring to me that my father might have started drinking more heavily when I was 3. That's also when his mother died, when he was 3.
Wow.
So there's an interesting possible connection. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's better now. That's better now.
Yeah.
Of course, we all know liver disease and drinking. But lots of people have liver disease and don't drink, like yourself. Yet will carry what doctors will say is the gene for it, but it's the emotion that turns on the gene. Right. And if we resolve the emotion, it turns off that gene and we don't get the disease. Pretty cool.
You have these wonderfully insightful new insights about what could be happening that no one else has come up with, and I'm an expert in this field, and I haven't even come up with these. So it's so delightful to hear these inspirations you have, and I honor that. I really honor that as a huge part of your talent and your gift to your clients, your insights about what it could be.
5, happiness. And again, your body is relating to me that this is more issue with your father, how your father had an effect on your happiness. 5. Likely again with his drinking and your experience with him. So what we discovered with Bruce is that he had an experience growing up with his mother and father where they fought constantly. And this was being expressed through his physical body by his left and his right kidneys not working together, but actually working against each other. And this was creating the way his body was appearing to the world and the way he felt about himself.
I think what's going on here is that I said, okay, Father, I'll play your devastated 3-year-old, and I will depict that in my body. And that's a choice, and I can backtrack out of that and choose to not do that, and choose to be more expansive in the body and have joy in the body, and not have to live his fairy tale, not carry his fairy tale for him in my body. His grief for the loss of his mother, that kind of stuff.
So what Bruce is learning is to end the story, because he's been living in these stories, or as he called them, fairy tales, that have been running his life all from the subconscious mind. And he's beginning to see that he doesn't have to live according to the story any longer.